Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new Vanguard box set coming out for the Slaves to Darkness, which at the time of writing will be available this coming weekend for pre-order. Now in this video we're going to go through, talk a little bit about all the contents of the box set and how they sort of work on the tabletop briefly, before looking at some other units we could use to expand upon this initial box set. We'll finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 1,000 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own Slaves to Darkness army using the brand new Vanguard box set. And so, where to start but the Chaos Lord. This is a hero with less than 9 wounds, so he's going to be fitting nicely into that Galatian champion for us. 3+ save, 6 wounds is really solid for a decent Galatian champion. Now, he's got the cool ability where at the start of the first battle round, you can pick a friendly Chaos Warrior or Chaos Chosen unit to be his retinue, and that retinue will gain the Bodyguarded by a Retinue rule, where on a 3+, if they're within 3 inches of him, they can take the mortal wounds or wounds for the Chaos Lord. So he's really survivable. He's got a cool gain in battle glory ability, where after this unit has fought in the combat phase for the first time, if its retinue has not yet fought within the combat phase and is within 3 inches of your enemy and wholly within 12 inches of this model, that unit's retinue can fight immediately. So he can allow his unit to fight immediately after him. This is really cool because it means we're not having to spend something on a battalion like Galatian Command for him, where he's already got essentially a better version of it. Now, if we start looking at units, we have the Chaos Warriors. These are our baseline troop for the Force. Chaos Warriors can provide, a really solid core to any Chaos faction. So they've got, a 3+ base save. They can have a nice weapons with -1 range, and the hit and wound profile is pretty solid on them as well. Now they've got the Bringers of Desolation rule as well, where they add one to the attacks characteristic of this unit while it's wholly within enemy territory or wholly within 12 inch of an objective that you do not control. So they get better when they're trying to take your opponent's stuff off them. Now they are also going to be joined by the Chaos Knights, which are essentially mounted Chaos Warriors. We've got a 3+ base save, and your source of weapons have a 4+ to hit and damage 2, which is really nice. Musicians, well, when you make a charge roll, you can change one of the dice to a 4, so you're always getting a minimum 5-inch charge. And then you've got the Riders of Doom ability. When a model in this unit makes an attack with its Cursed Lance, instead of using the range characteristic of that attack, you can target enemy units that are within 0.5 inch of another friendly model, rather than having to use the range of your weapons. This can allow large units of knights to really work nicely on the table. Also, the Impaling Charge will give you +1 damage and rend when you charge as well with those lances. Now lastly, we have the Chaos Chariot, and this can be built as 2 different variations, either the basic Chaos Chariot or a Gore Beast Chariot. Both of these models do a nice little bit of mortal wound impact when they're charging around the table, and can provide you with a really nice survivable harassing piece for your army. You can take Chaos Chariots in either singular units, or you take them in a larger unit of 3 that doesn't cost you any reinforcement points to do so. Is allow him to provide units around him with a nice 6+ ward save, making really sure your units are not going to get picked off by enemy shooting. Now he's got a demonic power spell on his war scroll, where it issues +1 to hit and wounds for our friendly unit, so a really nice little buff. Now if we're looking for another unit we could bring in, we could start looking at the different Dark Oath units available to us, and the first of these is the Dark Oath War Queen. She's a really nice piece to bring into the table. She's going to provide you with, a decently survivable hero at a pretty cheap cost, all things considered. You could certainly go for the Dark Oath Chieftain, who's a little bit cheaper, but the reason we're bringing them in is they are, the cheapest options we have available to us when we start thinking of the Dark Oath line, and indeed the characters that can become Galatian champions. And so to go along with her, maybe we start looking at some of the different cultist units available to us. And the first of these would be Iron Golems. These are a really survivable unit that can be great for holding objectives, so this is why I like to combine them with the Dark Oath War Queen for a Slaves to Darkness force. And lastly, we have the Chaos Chosen. You'll see in a minute why we really have taken on to choosing Chaos Chosen with this list, particularly in the army list we built at the end. Maybe not in the beginning, but they're definitely something to expand upon. They are decently pricey. But Chaos Chosen are going to provide you with a really solid hammer. 3+ base save with 3 wounds each, and they've got the Soul Splitter melee with a 2-inch range damage too, which is pretty cool. Now, they will gain the Heralds of Ruination ability, where once per battle in the combat phase, after this unit's fought for the first time in that phase, you can say they'll unleash Ruin and fight again, though they gain the Strike Last effect on that second fight. Now, they've got the Rewards of Chaos ability, where if this unit's part of your Slave to Darkness party army, you can just immediately get an Eye of the Gods roll for them. And so here we have our sample army list. Well, we've gone with Host of the Everchosen. Now, straight up, first of all, this is had a little change than what's going to be in the Battle Tome. The rally is now on a 5+ instead of that 4+, but it doesn't work on Vanguard at all anymore, but it's still a really solid ability for what you get inside the box set. We've got the Grand Strategy takes what's theirs, which means we're trying to have more enemy units inside our opponent's territory than they have, and then the Triumph for Inspired +1 to wound. A Chaos Lord is going to be our general, and we've got the Mark of Tzeentch, which means he'll get the ability to ignore magic, but also any of our wizards are going to get a Warp Reality spell, which will allow them to teleport things across the table. Now, this is why we've gone for the aspect of the champion, Tunnel Master. What we're going to be able to do is a cool little combo early on, providing the nice teleport to a unit of, say, Chaos Warriors, which will likely be our Chaos Lord's retinue of his ability, and then use Tunnel Master to teleport him up next to them. He's got a Relic of Galay on there for some extra protection as well for a 5+ ward should those Chaos Warriors ever go down. Now, we've then got the Dark Oak War Queen. She's got an Amulet of Destiny for a 6+ ward save, and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord there with the spell Spike Tongue Curse. I actually really like this spell at the current time. The fact you can just do 3 mortal wounds to someone in a range of 12 inch can be really useful, especially for picking off enemy Galatian champions, because they still can be hit with magic. Now, battle line wise, we've got 10 Chaos Warriors with the Ensorcelled Banner, the Blasted Standard, to give them a nice little 4+ ward against any missile attacks, and then we've got the 5 Chaos Knights as well. Everything in the army is marked with Tzeentch still, and then we've got a Chaos Chariot and 8 Iron Golems rounding out the force. We've got a Command Entourage, which is giving us that second artifact, and a Galatians Veterans for the Chaos Warriors and Iron Golems, allowing them to fight in 2 ranks like the old Bonds of Brotherhood. 985 points is pretty good. 15 points under means there's a decent chance we might get that Triumph. 68 wounds, 7 drops. If you've got some thoughts and ideas on how you want to run your brand new Vanguard box set for the Slaves to Darkness, I'd love to hear it down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also, down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, or by grabbing some merch from either Ko-fi or Teespring. All of these are the best ways to help support the channel, and it means the world to us that people do choose to help support us. Now, as a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch, and Nuffs. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, Dave Crozier, Dylan Areno, and James Tillman. And lastly, a special thank you to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel you can see here, and indeed pick up the stickers of the amazing artwork or the amazing artwork on our merch as well if you want to. But thank you once again, everyone, and a special thanks as well to everyone who helps support the channel, and to all those who come and help with the channel, be the people that come and do battle reports, or indeed those that are managing our Discord server. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.